Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's feeling good and great and all of that shit. Well, y'all know today is normally is Sex Tip Tuesday, but we're gonna go past that because I ain't doing that on Monday. I mean, it's just something I definitely want to talk about because I was watching Carlos King interview with Alexis Skyy. Now, I don't know too much about Alexis Skyy. I know that she was a reality show person, and the last thing that I seen about her was her and Black China. Black China had grabbed her by the hair or some shit. I don't know, something like that, and that was a while ago. But no, she's a beautiful girl and all of that. But listen, chat, y'all need to go listen to the whole motherfucking interview. I'm gonna chop up some of the things I definitely want to touch on. He really to get to know her was just like, wow. See, you know what? You never know what anyone in this life is going through. No one knows. So be kind and give people some grace. Okay? So let's just jump right into it.
What made you want to do that? And how old were you when you did that?
Well, I got my breast done when I was 18.
I danced too. I didn't want to get my body done.
Yeah, but I was dancing, so it was like.
But did you feel like you were still developing though, or were you fully developed at 18?
Oh, baby, I was developed at 15. Yeah, like I was been developed, but it was more so like in the industry. I was in the nightlife. I was dancing, so you see other women with it, you want to have the same thing. So that kind of played that factor on that.
You see, all this shit come from you have to have confidence in your motherfucking self. In your motherfucking self, like if you, man. It's so important. Even like, cause she said she was an exotic dancer as well, and she was looking around. Maybe she was a little flat chested or whatnot. I knew this one girl that it just popped in my head. I'll never forget. She was a Hispanic bitch, skinny as fuck, but she had like a sex appeal about her motherfucking ass. And this bitch could do her body like this, like I mean, literally, like her whole shit, and she'd go all the way down to the ground. Yo. And she had a beautiful personality. Don't remember this girl's name. So my point of saying that is like, motherfucker, y'all got to stop looking at the next bitch thinking that what she got is something that you need to have. That's hers. And that's if it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the point is, who cares about that? The point is that you need to love your motherfucking self. Stop looking at the next bitch thinking that you need to have what she have in order to become, if you was already, what you got is gonna get, what the fuck is we talking about? See, it also comes from, we have to always go back to this parenting. See, a lot of you motherfuckers should be having no goddamn children because you ain't ready. Having, it's also the economical fact of it. You gotta have the bread, the means, to be able to provide. You within yourself have to be well mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and emotionally. And a lot of you motherfuckers is not. And you think that a baby is gonna be a baby for a motherfucker ever, but no, that motherfucker gonna grow and be his own, have his own motherfucking opinion. And that's it, that they should, yeah, and they should, but you should be able to have a conversation with your child about all things, honey. And I know a lot of motherfuckers like to do that. That's money and sex, confidence, being a leader. If you can't be a leader of the masses, at least be a leader of your motherfucking self. Just because somebody else do something, I mean, we know that's the old shit. Don't make you do it. Think for your motherfucking self. Because I have so many motherfuckers mad at me because I'm just not doing what the fuck you doing. Like, bitch, I mean, that's the, hey, whatever, bitch. I make my own motherfucking decisions about my own motherfucking self. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta implant that in your children. See, but a lot of you parents aren't even ready to be that. So then you become a parent, and then your whole focus is the economical fact of it. And that is like how you gotta take care, you gotta pay the bills, you gotta have this, that, all the things that society have told you that you know what I'm saying. But it's so much more deeper than that. What about the spiritual aspect? You gotta have that. I don't know like how y'all everybody's path is different, but it should be in there somehow, some way. And also, just because you that way, say you a Jehovah Witness and your child, you have them exposed to a form of spirituality, and maybe they don't want to be that. Like when they become an adult, and you should be cool with it. Black people, because all this shit that these white people done came up with, and y'all motherfucking follow behind like so. Child, that's a whole nother story for another motherfucking day. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it's wild that and as pretty as this girl is. And just because somebody is beautiful does not mean like they face card is like does not mean that they confident within their motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? Because I clearly her mother, from what she said, that she took care of the kid. Well, we'll get to that point. But yeah, so the point of the shit is all this BBLs and titties and ass shots, and because she said she also did that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, you have to love you. All you. Bitch, I was exotic dancer. Y'all remember one time, for real, let me tell you, share this story. When I was now mind you, she's way younger than me. So, now mind you, plastic surgery been a thing. You know what I'm saying? But when it became like a mainstream thing, it became a mainstream thing. So, it was this one girl that danced when I was dancing, and she had got her titties done. Yo, we all was around her like, what? Let me touch him. We all doing like this. Because she said that she was an A, and I think she was an A, and she got her titties to like a C. And we all was just, she was like, it's okay. We was all like touching them shits. Them shits felt hard and all that other shit. Hunty. Now, I'm not telling nobody, you do what the fuck you want to with your motherfucking body. But out of her mouth, she said that because all the other dancers that was around her had that. She felt that she needed to have that. Because if you already got, you have what you got, use that. Honey. Especially when you in that realm. Maybe a man love a beautiful face. Girl, you can, girl, what are we talking about? And that's a whole nother subject too. Like to be a seductress. Anyway, let's continue on.
You talked about being sex trafficked at 15 years old. Mm-hmm. How did that even happen to you?
Just running away from home when I had no reason to. Like I said, I come from a great family. I think it was more so just me wanting to be this independent. I had to be independent at a young age anyway. I took care of my brothers when my mom was at work. Like I was just like one of those people that cooked, clean, like at a very young age. But I just wanted to see what the world was like. I was always in the house or school. And I just kind of wanted to leave. And I left, but I got, set up in the wrong situation.
But how does that happen to
So it was a friend of mine that basically told me that, like, I need somewhere to stay. Because obviously when you run away, you need somewhere to stay. So it was a situation where you could stay here, rent the room, and basically waitress. And it went from renting a room to waitressing to basically being in I don't know what you want to call it, a house full of women,
Were you unfortunately told to like have sex in exchange for like housing?
Yeah. It was trafficking, but like it was just like I guess like a brothel house,
And you was 15.
Yep.
And how long were you there for?
Like 30 to like 40 days. I got out of there. I was able to escape. But I wasn't there. It wasn't like I was there for 6 months. I was there for 30 days, but it was probably the worst 30 days of my life. And, I've told this story, but I haven't really got into details. And I'm at a point where I'm able to talk about it because it is a lot of young girls out here that need to know, like, it's nothing out there. Like, stay in school, don't try to follow what's on Instagram because it's a dangerous world out here. And these men out here, so not all men, but a lot of these men, like, they don't care. Right. They do not care. So, it was a long 30 to 40 days, and it really broke me as a young girl. It affected me in the long run. And I'm still healing from it. I will say I won't admit that I'm fully healed from it because sometimes certain things trigger me. But I know I'll get there at some point.
Okay, so y'all heard about that shit. Now she said that she comes from a good family. You know, you want to take this as face value that people's telling the truth. This is what she said. But anyway, she came from a good family and she was a runaway. I guess, you know, that could have been true. Like, I don't know. But my mama got on my motherfucking nerve, bitch. I knew I wasn't going out on the motherfucking side. I know. But I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So she said she was a runaway and then she got caught up with some man. 15. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all do know like child prostitution is a real fucking thing that is happening so much more than you know. So much more than you know. What's the one little girl that everybody talking about now? I talked about her too. Nova. She a prostitute. This little girl, like, I don't know, when she started, she was like 13 or some shit like that. What's the other girl? Crystal something. I wrote her. I read about her. She wound up killing the dude who was who sex trafficked her, and they sentenced her. Like, you know how these Caucasians do. Yeah. The other girl, Satonia, I believe that's her name, who was sex trafficked, but she wound up unaliving the guy that, and then she did a whole bunch of time in prison too. Okay. So she said that she was 15 and she was a runaway. And you know, she's like she said, you gotta, although you outside, you still gotta be somewhere so-called safe. So she met a guy who was like, you know, you can stay here. And she said that, you know, she started off waitressing and then, you know, to pay rent. And then it came from that to now, you know, you gotta pop that pussy. And so that's unfortunately what she had to do. And she was there, she said, now mind you, she was kind of, you know, I'm a very intense listener. I'm a very intense listener. But anyway, it don't even matter about that, about how long she was there. But her story did do a little, a couple of times, but whatever. It's unfortunate that the young lady went through that. But she said that the last one was that she was there for 30 days and, you know, and she had to do the things. And then she said, just like a lot of women, y'all don't be understand. Like, some of them men, they don't be giving a fuck. My mom used to say that shit all the time. A dick ain't got no motherfucking conscience, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Whatever get it hard, and if it get hard, and it's like, okay, let's do it. With whoever, let's do it with. That's if they don't got no morals and values in their motherfucking self. We have to, as parents, have to implement that in our children's psyche about their motherfucking self. Regardless if you are broke, like financially, just because you don't have no money doesn't mean that you ain't got other things. People neglect the facts of your health. I know people think that as like, no, honey, that's extremely important. Extremely. Your spiritual, extremely important. Because if you got that, God gonna lead you, especially if you paying attention. Because he put so many shit in front of you for you to be like, grasp this shit. Your emotionally, how you handle shit emotionally, your mental. When you got all these things, when you working on those things, and you telling your children about shit like that, and they find themselves in a situation where they may be broke financially, they won't be doing no any and everything for no motherfucking money, for some piece of motherfucking paper, for some nasty ass, sick ass motherfuckers' fantasies. Yeah, so that was, you know, sex trafficking is a real thing. It happens all the time, and we have to know this shit. And you also have to talk to your children. Let's give a scenario. Let me give you a scenario. Just say that, you know, you may be struggling financially, and your children may not have the best of the best, whatever the fuck. And they go outside, and some man comes up, or even some woman comes up, and yo, I give you $100 if you let me. And because, but then it can happen to anybody. But even if you've been taught that, but I think that if you definitely have that installed in your children, like about their morals and values about their motherfucking self, they wouldn't be so quick to be like, I'm with it. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm glad that she's sharing her story because so many motherfuckers need to hear this because it happens all the time too with a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, let's move on.
Over again. It just brought back those memories, but it was like now I'm a little older and wiser, and I kind of looked out for being in those situations again, And I ended up back in another situation, so yeah.
You did? What situation was that?
It was the same thing, like a guy saying that he was my boyfriend, but he was really a pimp. So yeah, it was
really? How old were you?
I was a little bit older. I was like 17, 18, so yeah. So it's like it's a thing that you gotta kind of like just be mindful of and you gotta be strong, because the manipulation is really real. And nowadays women are real vulnerable, especially from like where they come from, whether it's daddy issues, whatever it is. So,
Did you have daddy issues?
My dad was never there, so it was just my mom.
Your mom and
how things like this. Not with everyone. So as y'all know, she said she was sex trafficked at 15, and then she moved on, whatever. Now she got for the boyfriend sex trafficked her again at 17 because he probably knew that she wasn't, so confident within herself to where she can be easily manipulated into doing something. I mean, she's young though. So I'm definitely gonna give her grace because she's young. And when you're young, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're not coming from a place or family that is teaching you to be confident and believe in yourself and being supportive and all of these things, you can easily like fall for some fuck shit. Like easy. But there is a pattern because I have seen this with other people that I have spoken to. It was another lady that I spoke to that I wish she could share her story. Nobody never want to come on here and share their story with me. I don't understand the shit. But anyway, she told me that I think I shared the show before, that she was sex trafficked and then she got herself out of that. And then years later, she found herself in another situation with a whole bunch of dudes that unfortunately, arred her. So I don't know what these motherfuckers be seeing them. That bitch, let me tell y'all ladies something. Don't be letting these motherfucking men be trying to motherfucking talk you into shit and think they outsmarting you and all this old shit. Bitch, no the fuck you not. I remember one time when I first moved here, babe. Now, I'm from Michigan. Motherfucking accent was strong as fuck when I first moved here, right? To New York. And me and this dude, he had got some weed. And so he had the weed and I bought the blunt. So he was like, oh, wait, you ain't about to be smoking on this? But I am because I own 50% of that. That's exactly what I told him. And I was like, I owe 50% of that. Or you can just politely give me back my blunt and you can go get your own and do whatever you want to do. But due to the fact that you're using that, I'm definitely smoking on that. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be first because I'm a woman. The fuck? Don't let motherfuckers be trying to trick you out your spot or try to play you. And he was somebody that was way older than me. You bum ass bitch thinking bitch, you dumb. The fuck? Don't let these motherfuckers be playing in your mind like that. Just don't fucking do it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's also like, it's a mindset thing too, people. It really and truly is about you, about how you feel about yourself and how you got to stand 10 toes down with motherfuckers. When somebody see that you got some weakness, especially like a manipulative motherfucker, these motherfucking low life ass motherfuckers outside who like to take advantage of children, the devils, cause they out there. Or even you don't even have to be a child. You could just be a person who may not have like strong self-esteem about yourself. So where you can easily get manipulated. Come on now, people. We gotta teach the judge. We gotta teach the judge. And now let's move on.
Halfway drunk, I believe, turning up and stuff like that. So it was like, oh, come on, let's turn up. And I'm just being Alexis, like in the nightlife, like I honestly don't want to say the wrong thing, but I don't recall what I was doing because I was really intoxicated. I was really drunk. It was people saying, oh, do this, do that. Like, come on, Alexis, you do it. Like,
were you just drunk off the liquor? Were you taking
No, I wasn't taking any drugs.
Okay,
I was drunk. I was really drunk. And I was drinking Hennessy. And I don't even drink Hennessy.
Okay.
But I was drinking it because they were drinking it. So I'm like, okay. So to be honest, like I'm super embarrassed about it because obviously at this age, like if I looked at it, I would be like, what the hell are you doing? But when you're in the moment, sometimes like and you're drunk, sometimes like you just don't know what you're doing, you know? And I hate to say like you don't know what you're doing, but it's like sometimes people get drunk and you have a embarrassing drunk night. And so I think for me, it was one of those nights where I was like with my boyfriend, trying to be cute, drunk, and just wanted to like do whatever. Like I don't know if I was trying to impress. I don't know what I was trying to do. Maybe I was trying to impress him. I don't know. Maybe I was just like trying to be the fun girlfriend, you know, like and be had the lit moment. Had I thought that it would blow up the way it did, no. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life to my family. It was like crazy. Like I didn't even know what to say to them because it did look crazy. And then like. Thank God it's gone because I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up to see that or know like her mom cucumber. Like, you know, I just didn't want that. So I'm very thankful that it's out the way. So yeah, in my words, it was a very embarrassing moment and I was just drunk. And I think it was just who I was dating at the time. I'm not going to blame him. I got to take accountability. But sometimes when you date somebody, you just do things and you just do it, you know? Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something about that motherfucking cucumber shit. I was like, the cucumber shit? What the fuck was that? Now, mind, like I said earlier, I didn't know too much about Alexis. The only Skyy. The only thing I knew about her was the thing with her and China, Black China, when they was at some party and Black China tried to, you know, snatch her up or whatever the fuck. Because I'm not into reality shows and shit like that. And I know she was a pretty girl. And since they talked about that, I was like, oh, wait, what the fuck is a fucking, what happened? What the, you know, my mind got to work like, what? My first thing was that when she was out in public getting fucked by a motherfucking cucumber, what the fuck was she doing with the cucumber? So she said that it's wiped off the internet. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but it is not. I went right to the devil playground X, right? Put in, you know her name and the cucumber shit, and it's there. And what she did was, I thought it was her. It wasn't like she wasn't the one that was receiving the situation. She was the one that was giving the situation to somebody else. So what she did was like she had the cucumber, and it was some girl. They was at Boosie pool party. And the girl laid down and I don't know, she pulled her panty to the side, but the pussy was out. And the girl and Alexis, you know, fucked her with the dildo. I mean, with the cucumber. And then she put the cucumber in the girl's mouth and the girl sucked it and she did it again. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess like she feel embarrassed by that. And you know, that's understandable, especially if you're a person who is, you know, she's building a brand and she's doing all these things and making all this money and stuff like that. But, you know, everybody got to pass. They don't need to. Yeah, I felt more for the girl that was receiving it. Like, that was just, I was just like, oh, wow. But what about her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, and her face, you can see her face clear as day. Like, can you imagine, like, what the fuck she's experiencing behind this shit? So Yeah, but girl, it's still out there, so it's not gone. But you know what? One time I remember I seen, like, this happened at a strip club. Man, you be seeing all types of shit. So this in Jersey. Come on, like I said, I just travel all over in Jersey, and I remember this woman walked in. She had a whole bunch of bitches with her, right? Like I told you back then, when I was an exotic dancer bitch, I got double pay. I got paid to be there, and I got paid. All my tips was mines, bitch. Like this now, this new shit is some new shit. See, I had an agent. I don't know. They ain't had no agent now. Like, so it's a whole different type of ball game. But anyway, I remember this lady walks in, and she kind of like a big bitch. And she had a whole bunch of bitches with her. And why? Like, and I guess it was one of their birthdays. I remember that. And she had the girl whose birthday was lay down. I'm like, this shit lay down on the stage. I'm like, we at the strip club. And each one of them girls, it was like 12, 13 of them, like, it was eating her pussy. I'm sitting there looking like, yo, man, and when I saw it, I didn't really know nothing about no pimps and whole shit, because I know I wasn't no shit. But in my mind, I remember at that time, I was like, is that lady some sort of pimp or something? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, how the fuck she got all these bitches? This one chick laying down butt fucking naked, and all these bitches licking her fucking pussy. What the fuck is going on? Man, listen, let me tell you something. People, y'all talk about, especially the men, I want to, save my daughter from being on a strip club. Ain't nothing wrong with being, if your daughter loves dancing and she's confident in herself, now I'm not saying that this is for everyone. It's a great way to make money. But you be in, you get in, and you get out. And there's a lot of do's and don'ts. But if that's not her thing, then that's not for you to worry about. What you need to be focusing on, parents, is start telling your daughters and also your sons, because now the boys on boy shit, the gay shit, these motherfuckers sucking each other's dicks and fucking and shit. You need to talk to them about that shit, bitch. Ain't to talk to your motherfucking daughter about sucking fucking dick in a motherfucking school at the goddamn in the staircase, bitch. Now, I'm not saying that motherfuckers can't be gay. Because you gay, you gay. You know what I'm saying? But let's have these real conversations. It's important. But I want to shout out to Alexis Skyy. I'm thankful and grateful that she shared her story, because everybody needs to hear it. I would suggest that everybody please go to Carlos King's YouTube channel and watch it in its entirety, and get your perspective on it. And yeah, because the more you know. So anyway, y'all know my name is Rill. I'm intimacy coach, seductress with the service called Seductive Art. And in February 2026, I will be having my Seductive Art workshop. I will keep you all abreast of where, and it's not just gonna be a woman's thing. It's not gonna be a couple's thing. It's gonna be everybody's thing. So I hope that everybody come. We'll have a good time. But when we get to the dancing part, I'm asking men to leave. Y'all don't have to say bye bye, because you may make women feel uncomfortable, in that part. That segment ain't for you. And y'all know I am an author. The title of my book is called Quickie. It's 7 short erotic stories. Be right for while you read. As well as I'm a designer / fashion architect. I am still fighting with fucking TikTok to try to set up my TikTok shop. One minute they say it's, and then they say something. I don't know what the fuck. Either I'm going to do it on there, or I'm going to put up my own website or something. But because I do have some things that I want to share with the world, see what y'all think about it, and if you like it, get that. And if I resonate with you, you know what to do. Please hit that, click that. I would appreciate that. And y'all know how we lead this motherfucker. Be confident, be focused, be ambitious, be about your motherfucking money, be a part of your community. Black people, be black and proud. Be generous, be thoughtful, be supportive, be great, be unapologetic, be humble, be kind, be one with God, be great at what you're great at. Be fierce. Be all these things. All these great things. And in the midst of you doing all that, don't you fold, don't you think twice, don't you peep around the corner. And that is, you always be you. Because God made you perfect just as you are. Until we meet again, y'all have a great night.